Well, it is my pleasure, everybody, to be here with all of you. Can you see my screen here?
Yes. Yes, I can.
Wonderful. Fantastic. Thank you again, Sharon and Cam and Ivan and everybody in the leadership team there in your office for inviting me to participate in this incredible market update and workshop. And I am Kyle.Salter, one of Tony's national trainers and peak performance strategists. And for those of you who aren't fully aware of who Tony Robbins is, let me give you a little background. Tony is the leading authority on leadership, negotiations, and peak performance. He has directly impacted the lives of over 50 million people from 100 different nations. He truly is a leader called upon by leaders, business leaders like Oprah Winfrey and Forbes, and people like Mark Benioff, the founder of Salesforce.com. He's worked with athletes, world-class athletes like Michael Jordan, for all of my Chicago Bulls fans. He worked with athletes like Steph Curry and the championship-winning Golden State Warriors. He's worked with Serena Williams, Wayne Gretzky. He's coached and trained actors and actresses like Russell Crowe, Julianne Hough, Maria Menounos. He's even coached and trained 4 of the last 5 presidents. Now, I think you'd all agree with me that these people are successful, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, and are they motivated?
Certainly.
Yes.
For sure, yes.
They're busy, right? So why in the world do successful, busy, motivated people take the time to be coached by anybody? Why do they do it? To get results. To get results and to take their life to the next level, right? And I know all of you here are motivated, or you would not be on this call. Right? You would not be taking part in this workshop if you weren't motivated. So let's give ourselves a round of applause here for stepping up and taking action. The leadership team, everybody who's in attendance, for stepping up and taking action today, investing in ourselves, our knowledge, taking that knowledge, turning it into action so that we can get the results that we desire. See, Tony Robbins has always asked this question: what determines our success or failure? What determines our success or failure?
Yourself.
Ourselves? Yes, Sharon? Yes? Yes?
Your bank account.
Say again?
Your bank account.
Thank you. Well, I think we'd all agree money isn't everything, but money is important. Money can put a roof over our head, right? Money can put food on the table. It can allow us to do things for our family, for the people that we love. Yes. So it's important, but it's not everything. What determines our success or failure is 2 things. Decisions, you can write that down, decisions. And we won't spend so much time on decisions today. You guys are decision makers, you are leaders. You made a decision to be on this call, to play full out, to take your life to the next level. So I know you know how to make decisions. You are leaders, you make decisions. What I want to focus on now is our patterns. That's number 2. Our patterns determine our success or failure. Who can tell me what a pattern is?
Routine.
Consistency.
Routine, consistency. Yes.
A habit.
Yes. Yes. Who is that? Cheryl. Thank you, Cheryl. You're right. A habit. Who here has good habits? Did you brush your teeth this morning? Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, most of us.
Try to teach my son to do so.
Right? Yeah, the people we love, especially our children, they mirror our behavior. Think about that. People match and mirror our own behavior. So as leaders, for our families, for the people that we love in our community, and leaders at Century 21, as leaders at Century 21, we must develop patterns and habits that are going to serve us, that are going to take our lives to the next level, to get us the results that we desire. When we do that, others will follow. Other members of our team, and most importantly, our clients. So Cheryl said it, right? Patterns are like habits. We've got some good habits. Who's got bad habits? Yeah, if you can't see me right now, I've got both hands up and my feet too, right? Let me show you an example. Now, during our time together today, I've got about 30, 40 minutes. Sharon, I'll do my best to keep on time here, okay? But I need you guys to play full out with me. What does that mean? I need you to focus on your physiology. So if you're sitting down, I want you to sit down nice and tall. Imagine you've got a string pulling you up to the ceiling. Put your shoulders back, your chest out, your chin up. I want you to put your arms out in front of you, palms facing each other about 6 inches apart.
That's my yoga pose.
Everybody got it? Yeah. Nice, man. Cam thinks big. I like that, Cam. All right. Now, on the count of 1, 2, 3, go, you're going to clap your hands. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we can stop. Do you see what happened there? I stopped saying go, but almost all of us kept clapping. And I can't see everybody sharing their screen, but I imagine you were still clapping too, right? Some of you saw me clap, so you clapped. Some of you heard me clap, so you clapped. Some of us just got carried away clapping. But you see how quickly we develop a pattern there. By the 4th freaking go, I stopped clapping, right? Now, this time, when I say 1, 2, 3, go, I want you to intermingle your fingers like this. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Okay. Now, everybody at home who's not sharing their screen, make sure you're doing this. We get what we give. We get what we give. If we want to take the most out of this session, we got to participate. So the science says that if you have your left thumb over your right thumb, who's got their left thumb over their right thumb?
Me.
Okay. Sharon, some others, I'm sure. You are my left thumbers. Now, the science says this. My left thumbers are the creatives in this group. You're also very sexy and amazing. That's the right thumbers. That's the left thumbers, pardon me. The right thumbers. Now, the right thumbers are like, okay, Kyle, what about the right thumbers? Where are my right thumbers? If you have your right thumb over your left thumb.
Yeah.
Who's got their right thumb over their left?
Me.
Okay, you are the logical ones in this group.
Oh.
And if anyone's going to be a multimillionaire, it's the right thumbers.
No
So,
wonder.
you want the sex or the money? The
Yes.
sex or the money? Yeah. Anybody have their thumbs side by side like this?
No.
Anybody?
No.
Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good. That means you think you're sexy and you're not very smart.
Uh-oh.
Now, this time, when I say 1, 2, 3, go, you're going to intermingle your fingers again, but I want you to switch your thumbs. So right thumbers, put your left thumb on top, and left thumbers, put your right thumb on top. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, now how did that feel? How did that feel?
Less comfortable.
Less comfortable?
Yeah.
How did it feel, David? I see you still looking at your thumbs. Different. Less comfortable. It might have taken you some time to do it. Why? Why?
Habit?
Yeah, we broke our
Get used to
pattern.
it.
We broke our habit. See, sometimes our patterns and habits get so ingrained in us that we begin to run on autopilot. We begin to run on autopilot. I mean, think about it. When was the last time you ever thought about which thumb you put over the other whenever you clasp your hands together? Yeah, I see David shaking his head. Probably never. And this is something you've been doing for how long? Automatically. Yeah, probably our entire lives. Maybe the first time we ever went to church, or, you know, I would even argue back in the womb, right? So these have been developed, these patterns and habits ingrained in us over our entire lifetime. But what happens if we have some patterns and habits that are taking us in a direction that we no longer want to go? Right now, in this environment, with the news, what you see on the TV, articles in the paper, magazines, there's a lot of doom and gloom. If we focus our energy there and we make a decision to consume that negative information and let us affect our mindset, it will affect our patterns and habits. And what we're here today is explore these patterns and habits, identify those patterns and habits that are taking us in a direction that we no longer want to go. What happens when our patterns and habits are taking us down a road that is not producing the results that somebody with your skill, your knowledge, your talent, your experience deserves to be producing? Right? When our knowledge comes up against our habits always win. When our knowledge comes up against our habits always win. So today, it is my honor and privilege to share with you, to learn, to share the science and the strategy of changing our patterns and our habits that are not serving us, so that we can take control of our emotions, so that we can achieve a peak state, a consistent, positive mindset that will get us the results that we desire. Tony Robbins' emotional triad psychology. Take control of your consistent emotions and begin to consciously and deliberately reshape your daily experience of life. That is a quote from Tony Robbins. And when we achieve a positive mindset, it comes down to understanding his triad of emotional psychology. Achieving a positive mindset is done when we really understand this triad of emotional psychology. It involves mastering the three forces that control your emotions: your physiology, your language, and your focus. Your physiology, your focus, and your language. How many of you would like to learn this?
Yeah.
Yes? How many of you would love to live in a beautiful state, right? How many of you want to operate at a higher level in a peak state where you master your emotions, you achieve more sales, where you adopt a mindset of excellence and you can inspire others to do the same? Would you love to do this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cam, correct me if I'm wrong, but when we spoke, you taught me about But Do Young. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
But
But Do Young.
Bắt đầu dùng.
But,
But
oh,
Do
oh,
Young. A never fallen person, right? Forever prosperity. if we can master the emotional triad, if we can control our emotions, then we will live in a peak state. We will achieve that existence as Buttoyang.
Okay. Yeah.
So are we ready to learn this together?
Yes.
Great. Great. So the first thing we must do at the foundation of the emotional triad in order to achieve your positive mindset is to focus on your physiology. The physiology, your physiology is the foundation of the triad. It is your body and all of its systems. Your physiology dictates your feelings. How you use your body affects how you feel mentally and emotionally. Okay, think about it right now. Again, remember what I asked you to do earlier. If you were sitting down, I asked you to do what? Sit up nice and tall as if there were a string, right? Pulling you up to the ceiling. When you stand or you sit up straight, you will feel more confident and alert. Breathing deeply also helps to elevate your mind and your mood. Your physiology also includes how you take care of yourself. Right? You will feel best when you are getting enough sleep, when you're nourishing yourself with good foods, and when you move your body. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we must keep our body and our mind clean and clear. When we elevate our physiology in this way, then the foundation is set and strong, and we can control our focus. Our focus. The second element of the triad is focus. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. Have you heard this before? Where your focus goes, your energy flows. What you put your focus on is where you set your intention. So we must focus on the things that you want. Focus on the things that you want and are working toward. For example, more sales, more referrals outside of your business. How about more love? More love for your clients even, right? And how about excitement? Focus on excitement and passion in your relationships. Do not focus on things that are holding you back. Do not focus on things that are holding you back. You must focus on positives in order to achieve your peak state. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Wonderful. Now, the third force that controls your emotions is language. We all know that voice in our heads, right? We speak to ourselves internally, that little voice in our head, and out loud, right? We may be cleaning up the house or thinking about our to-do list. We say some things out loud about the progress we're making. Oh man, I'm on a roll. Or, oh gosh, why is this taking me so long? We know that voice in our head, that voice we use out loud, correct? Yes? What happens to our emotions when you ask yourself questions like, I don't know, why do bad things always happen to me? If we ask ourselves a question like that, why do bad things always happen to me? What happens to our emotions when we ask ourselves that type of a question? Anyone? What happens to our emotions when we ask ourselves a question like, why do bad things always happen to me?
Yeah, because you always think about bad things.
There you go. Yeah, David. If we ask ourselves a question like that, then we're going to have negative emotions. But what if instead we asked ourselves, what can I learn from this situation to better myself? See, my friends, remember this. There is no such thing as failure. Instead, we are learning. See, we are always getting results. We are always getting results, but sometimes the results that we achieve are not the results that we desire. So we reflect, right? We learn. We change our behavior. We take different action so that we can achieve our ultimate outcomes. How you use language determines what emotions you feel. So we must choose wise words when you speak to yourself, and we must ask ourselves better questions. By changing your language, you can change your focus and you can reach your peak state. Once you understand the three forces of the emotional triad psychology, you will be able to control your emotions and choose to spend more time in a positive, empowering mindset and make empowering, successful decisions. To do this, we must put the triad into action. Action is the most important key to any success. I'm going to repeat that. Action is the most important key to any success. Our actions or lack of actions determines our results. True?
Yes.
True.
Our action or lack of actions determines our results. So your ability to master your emotions and live in a peak state, in a beautiful state, with a positive mindset, it will improve your relationships. It will allow you to be more productive. You will be able to achieve your career goals and your personal goals. Now let's dig into each one of these different. Isn't this something that we'd all love to achieve?
Yes.
Improving our relationships, be more productive in our business, with our families, in our hobbies, and achieving career and personal goals. We must take action. We must embody the emotional triad with our physiology, our focus, and our language. Your ability to do so, to master your emotions, is what determines the state that you are in. So when we improve our relationships from a peak state, you're improving your communication with clients. You're communicating with clients with a level of certainty and confidence. You are able to influence your clients to step up and buy. And you will be able to turn your negative emotions into opportunities to improve your relationships. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
From a peak state, when you master your physiology, your focus, and your language, you will be more productive. Let me ask you this. Right now, our lives seem like they've been turned upside down, right? Our patterns and habits of getting up in the morning, getting ready to leave to the office, to go meet clients, to show homes, it's all much different now. let me ask you, are you focused? Or are you dabbling? Right? Are you dabbling through your to-do list without real clear plans? If we are, it's time to make some changes. When we achieve that peak state, you are able to manage your time and be more productive. You follow through because you are able to focus on what really matters. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Our time today together with me has been spent talking about our mindset, right? And achieving a peak state. To be more productive, and I do hope, Sharon, that we'll have the opportunity to come together and train live, because I look forward to sharing more tools and strategies about how we can be more productive. What are the tools and strategies that Tony Robbins teaches at his event, Unleash the Power Within, to increase our productivity and get us the goals that we desire, our dreams? Which leads me to achieving career goals and personal goals. If you want to achieve your goals, you must operate in a peak state every day. When we operate in a peak state every day, we are on the path to achieving our most important outcomes, our goals. You change your physiology to feel more confident. You set your focus on your goals and direct all of your energy to achieving them. You change your language to support yourself. Living in a peak state will change your life. Living in a peak state will change your life. And I trust that you found value in the emotional triad psychology. And my challenge, my invitation rather, to all of you is to put this into action. Action is the most important key to any success. And when you put this into action, the emotional triad, when you take your physiology to the next level, the way you move your body, what you put into your body, when you channel your focus on the outcomes that you desire, and when you use language that is going to serve you at the highest level, both your internal thoughts, the language you say in your own mind, and the language you use outside externally. When you do all of these things and put this into action, my friends, you will change your life. It's my honor and privilege to have shared this time with all of you. Take action. Thank you, Sharon. The best way to make this automatic so that it's who you are, it's your identity, is to unleash the power within. I'm here to support you with all of that. My contact information is in the bottom corner. So I invite you now to take out your phones and take a picture of the screen here. You can visit the website to find more details about what I do for Tony Robbins. And of course, my personal phone number is listed there for all of you, and my email. And as I mentioned earlier, I sincerely hope that we'll have an opportunity for all of us to meet very soon in person. But it's been a privilege to work with you, Sharon, and Cam, and Ivan, and all of the leaders on the team. And with that, I'd like to open it up to questions that you may have.
Hi, this is Cheryl. I think for me, the most challenge one, it's consistent action. It's just not one action.
Yes.
How we keep the path of consistent action and how we actually breaking our body of like, like mentally kind of think it's ready, but body and physically, it doesn't seem to corroborate.
Yes. So I think I heard your question as, Cheryl, how can we be consistent in the way that we are doing all of these things between our physiology, our focus, and our language? Was that your question? Consistency?
Correct. Yes.
Yes. But let me ask you this. Everybody, this is a question for everybody. You know, if we go to the gym once, are we then fit for life?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Right? We have to keep building that muscle. Right? We have to keep exercising, training, stretching. It's a constant process, Cheryl, for us to build that consistency. And it takes time. And the number one thing is awareness. Being aware of how we're doing. So when we catch ourselves living outside of a beautiful state, using negative language, right? When we aren't in a peak state, we catch ourselves. We say, okay, I know I'm not in a peak state right now, so let me change my physiology. That's the number one thing. Remember, that's the foundation of all of this, of the triad, is your physiology. So put your shoulders back, sit up nice and tall. Maybe you touch your heart or you pound your chest. Go for a walk. Stand up, do some jumping jacks. Shut your eyes and just take a deep breath. Your number one way to change your emotions is to change your physiology. And so to be consistent, we have to reflect on how we're doing. We reflect on how we're doing. We keep doing those things that are serving us, that are taking us in the direction that we want to go. And when those things that we're doing are not taking us in that direction, then we stop and we pivot and we do something different. But it's a constant process of evaluating and pivoting, changing, growing, continuing to do the things that we are doing to take us down that road that we want to go, to get us closer to the outcomes that we desire. Tony talks about a philosophy of constant and never-ending improvement. So to be consistent, we have to constantly be thinking about and evaluating our performance so that we can improve and live our best life in a peak state, a beautiful state. So the other thing too to remember here, Cheryl, is you're not failing when you're out of a beautiful state. When you are not in your peak state, you are not failing. You are learning. And you are recognizing, okay, I must change something right now. Whether it's your physiology, your focus, your language, one of those three things, or all three at the same time. And when we consistently do that reflection, we will become more consistent with these behaviors. We will achieve a peak state and we will get the outcomes that we desire. Does that help?
Yes, and it's really a time to digest it, and just kind of reminding myself to do that. That's a very important thing, and I think it's the things that I have to break myself through it too. So.
Yes, and it doesn't happen overnight. But what does happen right away is your decision to live in a peak state. And I know that you have made a decision today. You are committed, like everyone else on this call, to elevating your mindset, to having a positive mindset that will bring you to a peak state so that you can get the outcomes that you desire. Make the decision. And the consistency, you will build momentum. It will stack and stack and stack. And before you know it, it's automatic. It's who you are. The best solution for making it happen, Cheryl, in the shortest amount of time, That's what Tony Robbins has spent his entire life looking at, is how can I take the best trainings, the best therapies, to get the results that we desire and make it happen as quickly as possible with maximum result. And the best answer for making that happen, the best solution, is unleash the power within. So if you haven't already, everybody, my contact information is there. Snap a photo, send me an email, shoot me a text so that we can stay in touch and I can help you be the best version of yourself. Do we have any more time for more questions, Sharon, or should we move on?
I think we have more time. How about Kim? You have any comments or any questions? Maybe that Kim can make a few comments that how does that apply to us in a particular office or in general?
Fantastic.
So before he jump in, I don't know if he's still on. So I see his mic's on, but it's okay. I just want to make a quick comment right before he can jump in. Cam, if you hear that, jump in anytime. So I think I like that comment. I like the triad that Kyle presented, especially to me. I like the language part. So how do you talk to yourself in a different language? How do you talk to yourself with a different perspective? I kind of take that like, sometimes it's good to cheat yourself in a good way,
You're absolutely right, Sharon. And you're not, I think you said cheating yourself, right?
Yes.
I love that. No, you're not cheating yourself. You are those things, those positive statements and affirmations that you make about yourself. You are those things. See, something that we have to remember is our brain was created to keep us alive. It was created to keep us alive, not to keep us happy. So using that language, shifting our language about ourselves to empowering beliefs. I am strong. I have the energy. I am a leader. I am a real estate expert. I am a phenomenal wife. I am an outstanding husband. I am the greatest mom, dad. When we use that empowering language with those empowering belief systems, we're not cheating. It might seem like cheating because we're not used to it. And that's why we have to make a decision to commit to elevating our language, our focus, our physiology. And as we continue to practice doing so, it will become consistent. And you won't think about cheating. In fact, you'll know you're cheating yourself when you start to use language that is not empowering. I just don't have the time. I'm getting too old for this. I just don't have the energy. Why would clients want to hear from me? Who wants to answer their door to me when I go and door knock? Or no one's going to pick up my calls. That's the negative language. Those are the limiting beliefs that stop us from getting everything that we want in our lives. So when we replace that with the positive language and the empowering beliefs, we're doing what we must do to build the momentum, to live in a peak state and get the outcomes that we desire, improving our relationships, being more productive, achieving our personal and career goals. But remember, we must take action. We must take the action to make this consistent. What else?
Cam, you want to make some comments? You're back on the camera.
I don't think he can hear.
Cam, can you hear?
No. Oh, yeah, I hear.
Yeah, why don't you make a few comments? You're on the back of the camera now.
Okay. Well, all those key words that I have written down as Kyle was talking, and of all those things, most important is to expect the best. Because if we don't expect the best, we don't even want to go out. What I mean by go out is like go see the client, make a phone call, and reminding them that they need to allow us to serve them, right? So habits, all those things, like sometimes when we're driving from somewhere, going home, we got home, we don't even realize because we were on autopilot. I think that happens to us a lot of times. So if we have a good habit, a good expectation, then we tend to become more lucky, right? Lucky is like preparation meeting opportunity. Because if we are not ready, and we will overlook the opportunities. But we got to take action to pursue the things that we want instead of the things we do not want. So we have a tendency to shortchange ourselves. Say, oh yeah, I'm too old. Yeah, I'm too old. I don't speak the language. I'm too not well enough, and this and that. That's like self-sabotaging, you know. So self-defeating mind conditioning, telling us not to do something. I guess to overcome that is change our physiology, change our mindset to just do the opposite. When you are kind of down, you just have to wake up, sit straight up, clap a few times like as I was trying to tell us to do. Then we change our physiology from feeling down in just focusing on our goal and the desired results. Then we got to improve. So I know all those bad news that we hear on TV, you got to turn the TV off and just focus on what you want to do as soon as the whole market is opening up. Not until it opens up, then you'll be a little too late, right? So that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Cam. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Sharon.
Yes. Thank you.
Anybody have any question for Kyle? Don't miss a chance. So you can look at the screen right now. His email, his phone number is on there. Take a picture or just, send him any question you would like. Okay, I'm so excited we have Kyle to speak to us today. Yeah.
Thank you, Ivan. And what I'll do too, I'll also copy and paste my information into the chat box for everybody.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. So how about everyone give a big hand to Kyle, even though you are in a virtual room, okay?
Yeah.
One, two, three, go.
Can I also, as I wrap up here, I want to thank again Sharon, Cam, and Ivan for bringing me here. There's a great quote from a success coach. His name is Les Brown. He said, "Judge a person not by what they do, but by what they do when they don't have to do it." And the team
okay.
bring me here, but they did because they care about all of you. They care about this team. They care about the results that you're getting in your business. But most importantly, they care about you as a person. They care about your mindset during this difficult time that we find ourselves in. But it's also a time of opportunity. And when we can control our emotions and live in a peak state using the emotional triad, we are going to take our lives to the next level. So please join me in giving Sharon, Ivan, Cam a big round of applause for bringing me here to train all of you today. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Cam.
Thank you.